Hello everyone. In the last class what we had studied was the K-maps. We had studied different types of K-maps and their alignment. Now we would study how to implement the K-maps. Okay. So we would start with a three variable K-map first, just to understand that how does it works. So let's take up some values, that f a, B, C, these are the variables, and summation of minterms, say 0, 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay, and we have to implement these minterms in our K-map. So a three variable K-map, as we had discussed it already, was of this sort: 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 0. This is 0 and 1. The minterms which we are having, we can also have max terms that we can study later on. The minterms which we are having is 0, 1, 2, 5 and 6, and the positioning of the boxes are 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6 and 7. The positioning that we had studied earlier, you can check the previous video. Now we have to place these minterms over here. So for minterms we have to place 1 for 1, 1, 1 and 1. This is what we got. So what we need to do now is that we need to make some pairs or quads or an octet, and in case if it is not possible, we have to go for a singlet. The thumb rule is we have to create the groups as large as possible. When any minterm is left, we have to connect it to the group as large as possible. This would be more clear when we will take up some examples. So in this case, what we are having is, we can group this, okay, we can group this, and we can group this. Let this be our first group, this one our second group, and this one would be taken as our third group. What we did was, we took this 1 and 1, we clubbed it in a group, because it can be clubbed because they were lying in an adjacent boxes. Similarly, this 1 and 1 is being taken as a group and we had clubbed them together. This one was left, we had clubbed it with this one. Even though this one was already clubbed in a group, we can do so. It's because if we take this one as a singlet, that would be wrong. Why? It's because if we take a singlet, we get three variables in a three variable K-map. If we take a pair, the variables left would be 2. And in case if we make a quad in a three variable K-map, we would be left with only one variable. The total number of variables, if they increase, they will create more circuit, right? And creating more circuit would be more expensive and it would take more of the size. So that's why we need to make, a good designer always need to make the circuit as small as possible to reduce the cost and to reduce the size. Anyways, so this is how the grouping is being done. I have taken it very simple because just we have started doing it. So for group 1, what we need to do is, we need to write 3 of the variables. For this one, for this particular one, the value would be 0, 1 and 0, because it is lying on this particular box. The positional value of the box is, for A it is 0, for B it is 1 and for C it is 0. So this is what I had written. For this particular one, because it lies in the same group, the value is 1, 1 and 0. Okay, for this it is 1, 1 and 0. A is 1, B is 1 and C is 0. And for this particular one, it is A is 0, B is 1 and C is 0. So this is what we had written it here. On seeing this vertically, what we see is this is 0 and 0. They are consistent. Okay, so what we are going to write is C bar. Here B is 1 and 1. Again it is consistent. So what we are going to write is B. For A, it is not consistent. So we do not need to write anything. So the output of this particular group is B, C bar. Okay. Similarly, for group 2, if we are taking group 2, there are two members. The first one, this particular one, and for the second, this particular minterm. So there are two minterms in group 2. We need to write the values again, A, B, C. The first member, this one, would have the value 0, 0, 1. A is 0, B is also 0 and C is 1. For this, A is 0, B is 0 and C is 1. For this member of the group, it would be A is 1, B is 0 and C is 1. So A is 1, B is 0 and C is 1. Again, we would see that for C, 1 and 1, it is consistent. So what we are going to write is C. For B, it is 0 and 0. Again consistent. What we are going to write is B bar. Right? It's because both of them are 0. If both of them are 1, we would write it as C. And for A, because they are not consistent, it's because this is 0 and this is 1, we have to discard it. So the output of second group is B bar C. Okay, and for the third group, this was for the group 1, this was for the group 2, and for the third group, again all the variables, for this particular minterm, 0, 0, 0 would be the value, 0, 0, 0, and for this particular minterm, because it lies in group 3 as well, so it would be 0, 0, 1. It would be 0, 0, 1. What we are getting is A bar, because A bar, and for this it is B bar, because, and here we can discard. So the output for the third group is A bar and B bar. So final output would be y equals to from group 1 we are getting B C bar, plus from group 2 we are getting B bar C, and from group 3 we are getting A bar B bar. So this is the final output which we are getting from our midterms. Midterms which are being provided. So now this is only one form of giving a question. That means in case if we are having a midterms already, we would get the final output. Sometimes it may happen that a general equation is being given, we have to generate midterms through that equation, and the max terms as well we can get. or otherwise a problem statement is given and we can generate the minterms or max terms through a problem statement as well by getting a truth table. So our concern for today is that how to get the output from a K-map or how to use a K-map. So this was a 3-variable K-map that we did. We will now start with, say, again let's practice it. Let's practice it, that how to generate or how to get the pairs. Okay, so let's again take a 3-variable K-map and now we will little bit practice it. Now these are the positional values which we had studied in the last class. So you can refer to that video. First, suppose if we are getting a midterms, how you will get the question is y equals to summation of midterms, and so the midterms would have been written, or otherwise an equation or otherwise a truth table. So in case if you get only one midterm, say at 3, so there is no option. What you have to do is you have to get it as a singlet. So what you will do is you have to write 0, 1 and 1 and your output would be A bar, B and C. Okay? But in case if you have got two midterms, one is at 3 and one is at 6, what you can do, you can generate two singlets. The output for this particular midterm would be A, B and C bar. You can verify that it is 1 for this particular midterm. It is 1 from A, from B it is 1 and from C it is 0. So what we would be getting as an output is 1, 1, 0. That is A, B, C bar. From this midterm we would be getting A bar, B and C, like what we had got it right now. So there is no option, you can draw two singlet. But in case if you have got one more midterm at this position, what you would do or what you can do is you can have a pair over here and again a pair can be generated over here. Okay, by using the thumb rule. If there are two midterms, they are lying side by side, you can get them as a pair. Again, there is a midterm is left, you can group it here. Now, in this condition, in case if this is also a midterm, so what we would do, we would not generate any pair for this, we would get if there are four midterms lying this way, what we can get is a complete quad. A complete quad. Okay. How to solve this quad? It is again in the same way. How to solve for this quad? It is in the same way. We have got three variables. For this particular member or for this particular midterm, we can write 0, 1, 1. For this particular midterm, we can write 0, 1, 0. For this midterm, we would write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm, we can write 1, 0, 1. And for this midterm Okay, for 1, 1 and 0. Okay, for this it is 0, 1, 1, for this it is 0, 1, 0, for this 1, 1, 1, I'm sorry, it's and for this minterm it is 1, 1, 0. I should repeat, for this particular minterm it is 0, 1, 1. You can see that for A it is 0, for B it is 1, for C it is 1. For this particular minterm, it is, for this minterm it is 0, 1, 1. For this particular minterm it is 0, 1, 0. For this particular minterm it is 1, 1, 1. And for this minterm it is 1, 1, 0. Okay, you can verify by using this K-map. So what output we would be getting is, for this the outputs are not consistent, so we can exclude it. For this again, for A the outputs are not consistent, we can exclude it. For B the output is consistent and we can write B. If it would have been all zeros, we would have written B bar. Okay? So again, in this scenario, in case if we get 1 over here, so what we can do is we can club this one from this. Okay, so this can be done. In case if it 1 exists over here, what we can do is we can club this with this complete one, and there can be another quad. In case if there is 1 over here, we can take this as a quad, and if this is also 1, the whole output would be 1. That means y would be equal to 1. Okay, in this case y would be equal to b. Okay, so again we are taking a 3 variable K-map. So, what can be done over here, or what you can do over here is, in case if the minterms lies over here, you can easily see that there is a quad. I'm sorry, I have to do it again. Okay, if we are getting minterm over here, we can make a pair. If there are minterms over here, we can make a pair again. And there will be only 2 pairs, because once minterm is covered in a group, and if there are no minterms left, then you need not make any extra pair. In case if we get a minterm over here, what we can do is we can generate a quad and a pair. Okay, if there is minterm over here, what we can do is we can generate 2 quads okay, and in case if a minterm is here, again that we can generate one quad over here, one and the second quad and the third quad. This one is the first quad, this one is the second quad, and this one is the third quad. Okay, and if this is also 1, the complete output would be 1. What we can do and what is being done in case if there is a 1 over here and there is a 1 over here, that means there are two midterms and they are lying on extreme sides, you can club them. Okay, similarly, there is a midterm over here, there is a midterm over here, you can club on sides. And this would be more relevant when we come to a 4 variable K-maps. Now let's draw a 4 variable K-map. Okay, so this is a 4 variable K-map. But you would be getting the question would be similar to the 3 variable K-map, y equals to summation of midterms 1, 2, 3 and so on up till 15. The values can be given. In case of a 3 variable K-maps, the values would have been from 0 up till 7. For 4 variable K-map, the values would be from 0 up till 15. So accordingly, you can plot your min terms or max terms on your K-map, and you would be getting the positions. So in this case, if you are getting, say, a single min term, then there is no other option, you can make a singlet. And in this case, if you are making this as a singlet, what you need to make is the output would be 0, 1, 0, 1, because its position is 0, 1 for A and B, and for C and D it is 0, 1 again. So your final output would be A bar, B, C bar, D. For 0 we are writing bar, and for 1 we are not putting a bar. Okay, so but again in this case, if there is another min term, over here, what we can do is we can generate a pair. If there is a min term over here, there would be a pair and this would be singlet. A min term here would generate 2 pairs. One would be this one, one would be this pair, another would be the pairs from the sides. So there would be two groups. This would be the first group and this would be the second group. Okay, let's solve this as well. For say let this be group 1 and this be group 2, the solving process is again same. For say group 1, it would be for group 1, this positional value is 0, 1, 0, 1. This positional value is 0, 1, 1, 1. So what we would be getting is A bar, B, C is not consistent, that's why we are eliminating it, and D. So your output from 1 would be A bar, B and D. Okay. Similarly, the output from group 1 would be zero, 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 zero for this particular member, and for that particular member it is 0, 0, 1 and 0. The output would be A bar because there are two, because of these zeros. Again B bar, this is inconsistent, and this is D bar. So your final output will be A bar, B, D plus A bar, B bar and D bar. Okay, this is A bar, B bar, D bar. Okay. So in case if we increase the number of minterms, say if there is a minterm over here, what we can do is we can generate one more pair. So there will be three groups. Again, there will be three variables for this particular group. In case of 4 variable K-map, if we make a pair, if there is a singlet, there will be 4 variables at the output. If there is a pair, there will be 3 variables at the output. If it is a quad, that means 4 minterms clubbed together, there will be 2 variables at the output. And if it is octet, for like 8 minterms clubbed together, then you will get a single output. So you can see in this case, if we are making a pair, we are getting A bar, B and D. To implement this, what we need to do is we need 2 AND gates. Okay, but in case if we are making a quad and we are getting just 2 variables as an output, only a single AND gate would be required. So that's why making a larger group is always profitable, it is always recommended, and a designer always do that. Okay, in case if there is a minterm over here, so what we can make is a quad. Okay, we can make a quad. Say in case if we are having a minterm over here, what we get is a quad and there would be 2 pairs. A pair over here. Again this pair and this. So there will be 3 groups. In case if there is a minterm at this position, again this can be taken as a quad. As the sides can be clubbed together, similarly all the 4 corners can be clubbed together. Okay, and they can make a quad. Generally students, they don't see this and they skip and they make their answers wrong. So, in case if there is a minterm over here, what we can do is we can have all these two groups. This is group 1 and this is group 2. This minterm is left. We need to combine it to the larger group. So we can make a pair over here. You can also make a pair over from this minterm. There will be the answer would be correct. If we are having a minterm over here also, so what the output would be? The output would be again this quad. So now there will be three groups: a quad from the corners, a quad from here, and a quad from here. You can also make a quad in this way. There will be no harm. Okay. If you get a minterm here as well, this can also be, as our thumb rule says, that in case of a minterm is left, you have to combine it to a larger group. So this minterm is left, now you can combine it to this quad. Okay. Now there will be first group, second, third and fourth quads. In case if there is one available here, so what can be made is n yeah. So here what we can make is a single octet. Okay, a single octet first, and then we see that here a 1 and here a 1 is left, so we can club them on a quad because all the four corners are having 1. Again, two minterms are left, we have to club them to make a larger group, and we can have this quad. So we can take now three groups. This may be group number 1, this may be group number 2, and this one may be group number 3. Okay, so let's solve it. Okay, for group number 1, we let all the variables be there, A, B, C and D. For this particular minterm, we would be writing 0, 0, 0, 0. For this minterm again, because we have to include all the members of the group. So for this, and there are 8 members in this quad. So we would be writing 0, 0, 0, 1. For this, we would be writing 0, 0, 1, 1. For this, we would be writing 0, 0, 1, 0. For this particular minterm, we would be writing 0, 1, 0, 0. For this minterm, it is 0, 1, 0, 1. For this minterm, it is 0, 1, 1, 1. And for this midterm, it is 0, 1, 1, 0. Okay, so So this is not consistent, this is not consistent. Consistency means it doesn't have all the ones or all the zeros. Again, this is not consistent, this is not consistent. Only consistent output is A, and all the values are 0. So we can write it as A bar. Okay. So output from group 1 would be A bar. From group 2, which are all the four corners, we can write the values of all the members of this group. So it is 0, 0, 0, 0 from this particular minterm, and from this particular minterm it is 0, 0, 1, 0. For this minterm it is 1, 0, 0, 0, and for this minterm it is 1, 0, 1, 0. So what we are getting output are consistency is at B. So we will write it as B bar. If it would have been 1, we would have written B. And this one is D bar. From group 3, similarly, we will get the output from this particular minterm it is 0, 1, 0, 1. From this minterm it is 0, 1, 1, 1. From this minterm it is 1, 1, 0, 1, and from this minterm it is 1, 1, 1, 1. So the consistency is in B and D. So what we are getting is B, D. So final output of this configurated K-map is A bar plus B bar, D bar plus BD. So this is all for today. We will take up some more examples in our next class, and we will solve some more K-maps. This would be all. Thank you.